Hi traders, this is David from Apex Alpha Wave Trader. So today I want to have a look at the dollar index, and then from there we'll have a look at the major currencies to have an idea what the markets are going to offer up in the next week we are going into. So today is September the 26th. I'm making this recording on Saturday in preparation for the new week coming up. So the entire September has been a very fluctuating month in terms of currencies. There was no direct trend to follow per se for the major currencies. As you can see here on the dollar index, the entire, and I said this, I made mention of this in previous videos when I talked about the fact that if an impulse wave takes a certain number of time, a certain period of time, the correction usually takes 2 or 3 times as long as that previous impulse wave. Okay, I'm not trying to sound like a mathematician here, but what I'm trying to say is I'll just make it very simple. If it took 3 weeks to run down this leg, then it's probably going to take about 9 weeks for the correction to run its course. Okay, as you can see, it's taking the entire month of September. And you can see that it was close to the end of September that this move began to show us something positive. Now, I'm going to go to the monthly time frame so we'll have a quick look. So on the monthly time frame, I've taken the liberty of drawing a line here to show where I was postulating that we had the support region, okay, but we also have an area of support here as well, which is actually quite strong, and you can see that is where the market bounced off of. Now, looking at it from the monthly perspective, we do have a dead cross here, and we had a dead cross on the MACD, but this candle here combined with this gives us what I call a semi-railway track, okay, something like this. And you can call this a reversal pattern as well. So it's entirely possible that we are going to get a small rebound to the upside in the next couple of months, okay. But it's also possible, because September is not done yet, it's also possible for the sellers to push down the market and for us to get to this region eventually. So we'll go with what we see right now. We are seeing what looks like a reversal situation here, but let's go down to the weekly time frame and have a look. So on the weekly time frame, this is what's going on. You can see here that after we got this spinning top here on the weekly time frame, the market pushed up vigorously in the past couple of weeks. So we still have angle and separation on the EMAs, and MACD is beginning to curl as if it's going to give us a death cross, but we don't have that yet. So we can't assume that the upward trend has begun. I will call this a correction. Okay, and this is the weekly time frame. You can see price is jutting and butting against a level of resistance right now. So if I were to put a line there, you will see that this level is acting as resistance to price. So we are not certain if this move is going to continue, okay, in this new week that we are going to go in. But if it will continue, then this is the region we are going to be looking at. Okay, so we have two scenarios here. Now, if price is going to continue up, then we are going to call this level 1, 2, and then we are currently in the third wave. Okay, but if this is actually a correction, then this will be a zigzag correction, and that means that we are going to see price turn around in the new week and head back down. So I'm not going to lie to you, this is a watch and wait situation. All right, right now this is a watch and wait situation. So if the market breaks this level of minor resistance that I'm seeing here, that's resistance here, but it's actually quite a strong level of resistance. If it breaks this level of resistance, then you can expect the market to push to this region at least. Okay, but if it doesn't break this level of resistance, and then maybe we are going to get a turnaround, or at the very least we are going to get some fluctuation here, a choppy situation for probably a couple of weeks. Okay, so this is the daily time frame right now. So if I go to the 4-hour time frame, you can see what's been going on. And so from the 4-hour time frame, you can see here it looks like a valid 1, 2, 3 bottom or a wave bottom. So if that is the case, we are still in the third wave. Okay, we are in the third wave, probably about to begin a fourth wave. So my counsel is this: for all the major currencies, okay, you are going to watch and wait and see what happens by Monday, Tuesday. All right. So if the market breaks this level, then you can expect the market to move strongly to this level here. But if it doesn't break it and turns around, then we can begin to plan accordingly. So with that in mind, I'm not going to go to the 1-hour time frame anymore. Let's have a look at some of the major currencies and see what we see. So let's start with USD CHF here, because that's the first one on my list. So you can see that the USD CHF is doing exactly the same thing as the dollar index. And what's going on here, this is the weekly time frame. So if I were to draw a trend line here, you can see that even though we call this a retracement or a correction, we might get a strong push to this region here. Okay, I'll just have to make another one like so. So for USD CHF, what you will be doing, we are going to call here wave 1, wave 2. So we are currently in the third wave. Now, plotting the Apex Alpha calculator here like so gives us price targets to this region. So you can see that the second and the third price targets fall perfectly in line with this region of resistance. Okay, so if you are interested in trading the USD CHF, I will recommend that you will aim for this region here, possibly target 2. Okay, so target 2 from where we are is about 71 pips. So this is good for 71 pips if it doesn't turn around on Monday. So what you are going to do is probably go to the 1-hour time frame or a smaller time frame and look for a minor retracement, sort of what it's been doing here. You can see it's been steadily giving you dips and dips and dips, and you can see MACD is steadily going down, and this is why I'm cautioning against a protracted look as if the market is going to keep going up. This could just be a major correction on the weekly time frame. But as small trades go, what you can do is wait for a corrective move, just like what it's been doing here. Probably go to the 15-minute chart and something like this. So when you get a dip in this uptrend and the market resumes the upward move, you can go for a buy. Okay, so that's what I recommend for the USD CHF. I'm just going to try and speed run through the others because they are basically all saying the same thing here. So GBP USD, we are at a level of support right now. Okay, we are actually at a level of support. So that's on the weekly time frame. So this looks like a corrective move to me. All right, so GBP USD is not giving us anything specific right now for us to conclude that we are in an active downtrend. But you can see here we are beginning to see what looks like the early beginnings of positive divergence. Okay, it's not fully complete yet. So because we're in a corrective phase here, my counsel for GBP USD is to wait and see until you get a valid signal. So if the market is going to go down, then we are expecting a wave top situation somewhere in this region, and then we get a death cross on the MACD, and then you can take it going down. Okay, so GBP is not as clear as the others right now, so my recommendation is watch and wait and see if this level of some support will be broken. If you get a confirmation, then you can take the trade to the downside. Now let's have a look at the Euro USD. So Euro USD is mirroring what the dollar index is doing exactly, but in the opposite direction. So we are at a level of strong support right now, but there's a possibility that the market has the power to give us something to this level. So if I go to the daily time frame, we are expecting the market to probably hit this level of support here, which is good for about 130 pips. So your bias will be to sell, but you have to watch carefully. So wait for an entrance. Okay, wait for a dead cross on the MACD on the 4-hour time frame, or maybe you go to the 1-hour time frame. Okay, going to the 1-hour time frame gives us a better opportunity. All right, so when we get we actually have a wave top situation here, and you can see we have what looks like a slight retracement. So when the market resumes the downward move, I would recommend taking a short sell. Going to the 4 hour looks better in this case. So what we're looking for is actually a death cross on the MACD. You are not going to get a death cross on the EMAs because angular separation is still quite wide, but you will get a death cross on the MACD. So when you get a death cross on the MACD, that will probably give you an opportunity to go short. Okay, but I say all this with a pinch of salt. Like I said, there's a possibility that the market is going to bounce and then continue back up for the euro, just like the market might probably turn around for the USD. So this could just be a zigzag correction. So until we get a confirmation on Monday or Tuesday, you have to actually be very careful about going in for your trades. So USD JPY here, you can see, if I can go to the weekly time frame, the overall trend is down. Okay, the overall trend is actually down, and you can see we are in a very confirmed channel here. So for the USD JPY, I will be thinking more of selling, even though the USD is the major of the pairs here, but I will actually be thinking of selling because everything points to the market being in a downtrend here. So if you go to the 4 hour time frame, you can see um, uh, we actually have a move going on here, but this looks more like a correction to me than anything else. So expect a turnaround in somewhere in this region. Okay, so when you get a turnaround in this region and you get a wave top situation, you can probably go in for a sell, but you have to watch and wait as well. So let's see, which other one do we have? USD card. USD card, you can see it's trending strongly to the upside. There is a strong level of resistance here, so we are going to base our analysis on that. Okay, now we are at a level of resistance as well. So if the market can push through this next week, then this will be our next target. Okay, this level here, which will probably give us about 160 pips, give or take. But if this is a correction, and I sort of believe it is something like this, then we can expect a turnaround. So just know that these major currencies are all following what the dollar index is doing. So I'm actually cautioning against going for reckless trades next week. All right, there are good opportunities here, but you have to get confirmation on various factors. So if these major levels of support and resistance are not broken, you will have to watch and wait. That's my recommendation for the USD card as well. So let's have a look at AUD USD. AUD USD trended down very nicely. I was able to catch a very good trade on this particular currency pair last week, but you can see we are now at a level of support. So if this is wave 1 and 2 and 3, then I will have to say that we are possibly going to get a wave 4 condition here. So if I go to the 4 hour time frame here, you can see we are beginning to have traces of choppiness. So in order for us to resume this downward trend here, we are going to wait for a dead cross on the MACD. When you get a dead cross on the MACD, then that should mean that the fourth wave is probably over and you can go for a short sell. All right, so wait for a confirmative signal, very strong confirmative signal, before you take a short sell on AUD USD. Now let's have a look at New Zealand USD, and I'll just go to the monthly time frame here. So we had a very strong push down from this level here, which became a strong level of resistance, and now we are butting against a strong level of support as well. I'll just draw the lines here so you can see that. So you can see that we are actually at a very strong level of support. All right, so going to the daily time frame, this is what I'm saying, and you can see we're already having traces of reversal situations here, two spinning tops back to back. So I have to go to the 4 hour time frame to have a look. So we are actually in a choppy situation right here. For the New Zealand USD, we are going to have to watch and wait as well. Okay, same thing with the other pairs. So if we get a break of this region of strong support here, of course we are going to go short. If not, we are expecting the market to give us confirmation, probably a wave bottom situation for us to start taking a trade to the upside. So I don't know how next week will be, but for the major currencies that I've just showed you here, I believe that you have to wait for what you know to be ironclad setups before you can take any positive trades on the major currencies. Okay, so based on the analysis I've given you, you can go through the other cross currencies, the exotics yourself, and you should be able to get a very good opportunity to buy or sell this new week. So profitable trading to all of you, and have a great weekend, guys. This is David here signing off. Thank you very much.